Hello and welcome to today's episode of Health University, where I'm excited and delighted to share with you something and someone delicious and healthful. So Gita Valeni am I pronouncing your last name correctly? Gita Valeni is the creator of a product called Nishi, and I'm going to let her go into her story and the story of Nishi. But what I will say is that it is a delicious cacao-based product that is helping women from menses through menopause and beyond. So it's not specific for fertility, but it does include improving one's reproductive health so that fertility is improved. So, welcome, Gita. Thank you so much for joining us. Please, I'm going to just turn the floor over to you so you can give us a little background and how this came to be, how Nishi came to be, and how it is that you have become so involved in women's health.
Yes. Well, thank you, first of all, for having me. I'm
Pleasure.
excited to be here.
Mhm.
I stumbled on this actually a little bit by accident. And so I actually created all of our products for my daughters. So I have three girls.
Mhm.
And at the time, my oldest one had really heavy, painful periods. And we're talking 8, 9 days, couldn't get
Oh.
out of bed. Ibuprofen wouldn't help because her cramps were so bad
Mhm.
and acne. And there was just so much of that PMS involved. And
Mhm.
she was having such a hard time, and I could completely relate. When I
Mhm.
was a teenager, I felt exactly like that. My
Mhm.
mom eventually put me on birth control, and I had terrible side effects. And I understand, I'm not saying birth control is bad, it just didn't work for me. And
Mhm.
she responds to medications very similar to the way I do.
Yeah, and birth
So-
control is not bad if contraception is what you're wanting, but if
Right.
you're trying to
But
resolve a reproductive health care problem, birth control may alleviate symptoms for some, but it's not addressing the problem.
exactly. And it may cause side effects for others, which is unfortunately what I saw.
Yeah.
And so my goal really was to help her in a more natural, functional food way.
Mhm.
So I started doing a lot of research, talking to doctors, medical experts, and, really channeling my grandmother. When we were kids, we would go to visit her in the village of India, and she would often go to the kitchen before she'd go to the pharmacy if something was wrong with her. So I
Hmm.
really grew up around that mentality.
Brilliant. Yeah.
And yes, and it was quite amazing to see, after a lot of trial and error, when we came to this result, her periods were so light. Her cramps were going away. She's down to like 3.5 days, light flow, no cramps, no acne, mood is really balanced. Like her period doesn't bother her anymore.
Amazing.
And it's so amazing. And so then I noticed not only did my periods have the same reaction as her,
Hmm.
but my perimenopause symptoms went away. My hot flushes, night sweats, exhaustion, cravings, sleep issues, hair fall, like so many things
Wow.
that we were seeing. I was having more energy during my workouts, probably because I was sleeping better.
Hmm.
I was recovering better. And, I really, in the next phase of my career, I used to work in high tech. I wanted to
Hmm.
help people. And I
Hmm.
realized I have something right here.
Yeah.
So we did a small trial, and it was amazing to see how everybody was texting me outside of the data collection system, telling me how amazing they felt. And I was so excited.
Of course. I mean,
Oh,
talk about warming your heart and having
yes,
a mission worth having. That's brilliant.
absolutely. So
And
it was really nice to see.
this cohort, this study, was it women? Was it women exclusively?
It
And was
was
it
women
women
exclusively.
across, life spectrum, or was it strictly for, the pre-fertility or fertility or perimenopause person?
So it was all ages, and that was important to me. It was not a clinical trial, it was just a self-run consumer study. And we had women, sort of all ethnicities, all ages, all backgrounds, to really understand if the product was helping them, where they were seeing a benefit, before I, sort of turned my life upside down and
Yeah.
decided to launch this brand.
Yeah.
And what's been interesting to me is, you and I connected really talking about the fertility side is the number of customers who have come to me saying, so many of our fertility doctors, if they come at it from more of an integrative health approach, recommend certain foods, certain vitamins and minerals, and so many of those are in our products today.
So
And
tell me if you don't mind
yeah,
some of the ingredients that you would say these are the game changers. These have moved the needle.
So we have two different products. We
Mhm.
have a dark cacao spread, which is like a chocolate almond butter.
Mhm.
It's delicious and good for you. And so that's almonds, pumpkin seeds, flax seeds, really high quality cacao, and a little bit of coconut sugar. So it's GI friendly as well, but it's got, that protein and that fiber in
Mhm.
every bite and the really healthy fats.
Mhm.
And then we have protein powders that are vegan protein based.
Mhm.
And they have maca and gooseberry and, all of these things that just are so good for your body,
Mhm.
replenishing those essential vitamins and minerals we don't get a lot from our daily diets.
Yeah, what I love about this, I being in the fertility silo, if you will, there are a lot of supplements that are wonderful for and specific for different diagnoses. I'm putting in air quotes because, the same thing, the same product is not necessarily good for everyone. But it sounds as though you have found the holy grail where the same product is good for everyone because it's nutrition based. It's not a singular amino acid or
Right.
compound or something like that. And your product is been backed by a whole medical doctor team. Is that correct?
Yes, so we have doctors, nutritionists, dietitians that we work with. And one of the things I'm so proud of is they've tried our products. They themselves are customers because they love the impact it's made on
Mhm.
their hormonal cycle.
Mhm. Beautiful, beautiful. Who would you say is if you could, the person who will have like the quickest, most remarkable impact? Is it the teen having PMS and acne, the sort of almost the polycystic ovarian kind of
Mhm.
presentation, or is it the perimenopausal person who's, waking up with soaked sheets because she's having night sweats and hot flashes?
So what we've seen is the fastest response is really that woman in perimenopause
Okay.
because she's not having to wait until her next cycle, right, to see a difference.
Hmm.
Whereas that teen or that woman who's menstruating will have to start until her next cycle to really see a difference. But we do, hear from customers who have sort of that pre-PMS that has gone away.
Beautiful.
But yeah, most people, I would say, unless they have something that's more medical, say endometriosis or these things that aren't hormonal driven, if people commit, I've never had a customer come back to me and say it hasn't worked. They've
Amazing.
all seen such a big benefit. So it's been really nice to
Amazing.
see.
Hey, thanks for spending your time with us here at Health University. I hope you're getting as much out of this episode as we are. And I wanted to call to your attention that there seems to be a theme that we need to detox. It is part of a foundation of resuming health, including your fertile health. So I've put together a free 28-day detox masterclass that you can access by clicking on the link below. I'm sure you'll get so much out of it. And as I say, I think that it is really critical to begin with a 28-day gentle detox. And now let's go back to our show. My next course, if you will, at Health University, I've got the fertility course that supports a woman and couple going through IVF or egg freezing or trying to conceive naturally. My next course that I'm designing is called the Pre-Peri program because I would love to help women before they start feeling these perimenopausal signs and symptoms because there's a step on the bridge of time between
Yep.
baby making and perimenopause, that pre-peri time where I think your product could absolutely be the game changer so that they're not going into the perimenopausal signs and symptoms because they're taking care of their gut health, their hormonal health, so that by the time they're going into perimenopause, which is a natural phenomenon, they are not in imbalance. They are in balance.
A
So,
100%. And that was actually the biggest change I saw. I was, I think, 37, and I started getting my period every 14 days for 10 days. I mean, it was just wasn't ending.
oh,
And the doctor said, "Oh, you can try these things. You can get back on birth control." And I was like, "No, thank you. There has to be a better way."
uh-huh.
And now my cycle is so consistent, but it's so light, it's so quick. I always tell people, I had a big pitch day where I pitched to a room of like 250 people, a lot of investors on the quote heaviest day of my period. There
Hmm.
is no way I could have done that 10 years ago. And now, thanks to Nishi, I didn't feel a thing, right? It was like every other day. And so every time my cycle hits, I'm so thankful for this
Uh-huh.
product and I
And
just
so, and
want to share it.
so it stopped ovulation time
Yes,
bleeding, and
absolutely.
as a result, you were able to have just a regular period, not this sort of breakthrough bleeding associated with ovulation that is sometimes uterine bleeding. It's not actual menstrual bleeding.
Right.
It's
Yes.
uterine bleeding. So
Yes.
this is fascinating that it can actually heal the organ itself as well as heal. Of course, it's nutrition. Why
I don't
wouldn't it?
know if it's how much it's doing, what exactly it's doing,
Well,
but
when you,
it makes
just as I
such a
think
huge
aloud,
difference.
I mean, the
Yeah.
ingredients are designed to heal tissue, the result of which allows for better hormonal signaling because the organ is healthy and working
Yeah.
well and getting its proper nutrients to every cell. So I would say, listening audience, please, I'm going to repeat because I really think that this is so, so, so important. Whether you're in the fertility phase, whether you've got, younger friends, family who are in their, 20s, not really ready to conceive, whether you are not ready to get into the perimenopausal time frame, which is around 45-ish, you're in this window of really intercepting imbalance and returning your body to hormonal balance so that you don't have to suffer along any of this, walkway of time. So, and tell me, Nishi, the name Nishi, what does it mean? Does it have meaning to the product
It
itself or what it
does.
does? Okay,
Yes.
let's hear.
So I created the product for my older daughter, but
Mhm.
actually Nishi is my middle daughter's nickname.
Ah,
And I loved the meaning of it. So her name is Anisha.
uh-huh.
And Nishi means basically independence without letting things stand in your way,
Oh,
like your hormonal
wow.
cycle. So it was
Wow.
so fitting. And
I
the
just
girls
got
have been,
chills.
they've
Yeah.
been such a integral part of this journey. I mean, for me, it was really important to bring them along for the ride and teach
Mhm.
them. So my
Mhm.
older one does so much of our marketing, photography, social. My middle one, she's been in the kitchen with me formulating and she has amazing ideas. And my
Mhm.
little one will be there packing orders and
I love it. Oh,
helping me with stuff. So,
are you literally delivering these products out of your
not anymore, but in
Okay.
the beginning we
Phew.
were for a very
Okay.
long time. Yes, and it was
Okay.
it
Oh,
was all hands on deck for sure. But yeah,
right.
and I have a mini sales force, right? They'll explain to everybody the benefits they've seen.
Mm-hmm.
So how you eat it, you have one serving a day. It's almost like a vitamin.
Hmm.
And so it's great to see my girls go to a private school and on free dress day, my middle one will wear her Nishi sweatshirt to school. And
Oh, I love it.
so
Oh, you got
it's
swag. So,
great.
audience, there's swag to be purchased as
Yeah,
well.
swag is coming slowly, but I've got
Mhm.
some fun ideas in the mix.
Fantastic. And so when you said they'll tell you how to eat it, you have one spoon a day. Does it matter how you eat it? Do you eat it just off the spoon or do you put it on a rice cracker or a piece of
So,
apple
yes.
or mm-hmm.
However you want to eat it,
Yeah.
we do a lot of pop-up events, so people will ask me how, and
Mm-hmm.
we'll all give them ideas, right? On, let's
Mm-hmm.
say, toast with bananas and the nishi spread,
Mm-hmm.
with some cacao nibs, or on a parfait or a bowl of fruit. But I tell everybody, time is often hard to find. And so a lot of times what I'll do is I'll have it for my afternoon snack and it's a good pick me up.
Mm-hmm.
And I will see people, at future events and they're like, hey, I started out with this fancy toast like you did, and I'm now where you are, where I just eat it
Eat it
off the
off the
spoon.
spoon. I love
Yeah.
that. I love
And
it.
the protein powders are also really easy because if you have a smoothie, you make consistently on a regular basis, you just throw a scoop in there, it blends in, makes it really creamy. So the goal was really ease in mind as
Mhm.
well.
Beautiful. Is there a time of day? I think of maca, for instance, when I prescribe maca, recommend maca to patients, I'll kind of say, try to have it before 2 p.m. because it can be invigorating. Do you find that with the Nishi cacao spread, that is of concern, or do the healthy fats that are in the Nishi product mitigate that energy spike that might then interfere with their sleep?
Yeah, I haven't noticed that that's being a
Okay,
concern. I think the more common feedback I get is it's helping people with their sleep.
great,
So I haven't noticed the maca stand out as an outlier, but
great.
definitely something to keep an eye on.
Great, great, great. Well, I mean, again, I'm just sort of thinking out loud here.
Yeah,
I can really like imagine or tell the story that whereas if you're taking a high dose maca supplement, you're getting a lot of maca in
right,
that
right.
one swallow. Whereas if you're taking a spoonful of nishi and it has what you said, flax, pumpkin, did you say chia as well?
The protein has chia in the maca.
Okay. Okay. But
Yeah,
so you're getting these healthy fats that are going to
right.
help with that digestive process so that you're not going to get this flood of stimulants, from the maca. So I love that it can be taken at any time of day. Is there anything that I'm not asking about that you want to say, hey, listen, listeners, this is, key to either the Nishi story or to how you might consider including it in your regimen?
I think a lot of it is just about consistency,
Mhm.
committing to yourself that you want to feel better. We've made it as easy as possible, right? And I think as long as people are consistent and they give that time and attention to themselves, even if it's 5 seconds to have your nishi spoon of spread or whatever that may be,
Mhm.
that's
Mhm.
definitely the most important thing. But also, we're 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 here for you. So if people have questions, they can reach out on our website. We're on Amazon now, which
Oh,
has been
fantastic.
amazing. I think
Yeah,
that's definitely helping people with,
find you.
so much easier to add it to your Amazon order versus
Exactly.
go through a separate
Yeah.
checkout flow.
Wonderful, wonderful.
So,
So, may I please give me the Amazon link store so that
yeah,
the link to your Amazon store as well as to your website. Although off camera we were talking about that you were going to generously offer a discount
yeah,
to listeners, and so that would have to go through the store. I imagine that cannot go through the
correct.
Amazon store.
That would
So,
go through the store. So
mhm,
our website is just nishi.com,
mhm,
neeshi.com. And once they get the sign up for your university, they will get that coupon code as
mhm.
well.
Right. And so the coupon code will be Health University, the name of the business and the product. And I'll outline that in the show notes as well. So there's copy paste. There's no having to figure it out. But if you are an Amazon person and want to get it tomorrow, then it sounds like you can just Google Nishi on Amazon as well and order directly. You can do
Yes,
both. You can do
you
both.
can do both.
So I love that you said consistency, and it's almost like I think of ritual because
Yeah,
when you're doing this for yourself, oh poor you, having a delicious spoonful of cacao spread, you're also then thinking about this moment, like, oh, self-care is part of health care, and if I want to feel better, and if I want to get pregnant, and if I want to be relieved of symptoms, taking that moment while you're having your delicious spoon is also going to then encourage you to do more throughout the rest of the day. Improve your
right.
hydration because nobody's saying have your spoonful of nishi and go have some Twinkies. It's all part of an overall healthcare. I'm going to
Yes,
say ritual because I don't like the term regimen, but it includes movement, it includes proper sleep-wake cycles. But what an easy way to kind of remind ourselves that each day that, oh yes, taking care of myself is so important and so worthwhile.
a
And the
hundred percent.
results are so fabulous. Yeah. A mutual friend, Sally, who introduced us, like just can't say enough about having her nishi every day.
She
So
loves it. She's been an amazing advocate, which
yeah,
makes me so
she's
happy.
an amazing person, and but truly, yeah, that is just another indication of how it's exciting to be able to have this moment of connection and ritual for ourselves.
100%.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I want to be mindful of your time and I want to make sure that I'm not leaving out anything that is key. So we've covered, the origin story. I love that your daughters are the reason for Nishi coming into being and that yourself and the rest of us are the reason for it becoming so successful. And then also the fact that people can get a discount. So check those show notes. Is there anything that I have missed out on? Are there any sort of future events or pop-ups or anything like that that people who might be local might want to tune into?
Nothing on the horizon right now, but if they follow us on Instagram at Shop Nishi, we always post there. So
Okay,
you can
at
definitely stay
Shop
up to
Nishi.
date.
Okay, we'll make sure we
Shop
get that
Nishi.
IG link as well. So,
Sounds
well, this has
good.
been a wonderful conversation. I loved our first conversation. I love this conversation. I'm sure we'll have a future conversation. I'll be leaving this evening to attend to a salon. It's called the Wiser Me Salon, and it is for women in their perimenopausal time frame.
Hmm.
And, really trying to find agency and advocacy about what they can do.
Amazing.
I'm going to be raising Nishi
Thank
as
you.
one of the things that they can do. And I mean, again, what a delicious way to take care of ourselves.
100%.
Yeah. Well, thank you again so very much for your time, and audience. Thank you for listening and viewing. Make sure you subscribe to Health University on YouTube and where you get your podcasts, and look to the show notes for your discount coupon. So, at this point, we'll sign off. Make it short and sweet, because I think we've gotten the message across. And I look forward to seeing you next when we can next connect with Sally. And I look forward to seeing the viewing audience at our next episode of Health University. And until then, we sign off with the class dismissed. Hey, thanks for joining us today here at Health University. If you want more episodes like this at Health University, you can find them wherever you get your podcasts. And make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you never miss an episode. If you have any thoughts or questions, please drop a comment down below. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you at our next episode of Health University. But for now, class dismissed.